So now you're on FunnelForge. If you already have an account, all you have to do is click up here on login and we'll log in directly. So here we're going to enter your main email address. Once you've entered your email address, you'll arrive at the FunnelForge dashboard. So first of all, you might not have the same FunnelForge as I do. It depends on your account, okay? If you're a reseller, you have the reseller section. Otherwise, you don't. That's all there is to it. I have an admin panel that you don't have, which allows me to communicate with you if you have any feedback. But we'll look at it together. I'm going to give you a complete tour of FunnelForge right now, even before we get started. Whatever the case, I think it's already interesting to do the introduction before even talking about each tab. So to start, what I recommend here, if you don't like straining your eyes too much, is to go into settings. Go into settings. In language, you can change the language, but you can also switch to dark mode. Once you're in dark mode, you'll stay in dark mode, and at least it's more convenient. So you go here in FunnelForge, you have several tabs. Okay, my funnels here. This is simply to create sales funnels. Campaign, email. Here, it's to generate email campaigns that are related. With your sales funnel, for example, you will generate a sales funnel called Sales Funnel Dog Food. Here, you will be able to connect your sales funnel to your mail campaign. This will allow you to generate emails, whether they're for launches, welcomes, nurturing, abandoned carts, flash promos, etc. You choose your funnel, your number of emails, your language. Next, you have a whole set of documentation that explains a lot of things to you, as well as video tutorials that will be added later. You have settings, as we just saw, several settings. Profile, subscription, payment key, appearance, and language. We'll go through all of that together. If anything new is added, I'll make another video, or quite simply, everything will be in the documentation. All right? And then you have a really interesting tab. This is the feedback tab. This is where you can, well, here I did a test. But here you can create a new ticket, indicate whether it's a bug, a suggestion, or a question. You can send it with a screenshot, for example. And quite simply, a team member will be able to report the bug and make sure the software is updated as quickly as possible. We are very responsive, so it takes us about 4 hours or less to process your bugs, suggestions, etc. So you'll get quick responses on the one hand, but also implementations, meaning bug fixes or additions of whatever you want, since you can also make suggestions. So if you have additions or ideas, don't hesitate, it's very important. This will allow the software to be continuously improved with your own ideas. And that way, it also belongs to you. Then you have the reseller area here, quite simply. In the reseller area, you can add members to your team or resell licenses, so you can resell. FunnelForge as well, on your side, whenever you make a sale, you just have to click here. So here, you can purchase licenses, buy monthly licenses, reviews, and then you can invite people, so you just have to enter the email and choose whether you want to assign them the role of creator or reseller. And the person will immediately get access directly to FunnelForge. Alright, you will have a link that you can send them, which will automatically connect them to FunnelForge. With the level you have chosen for them, this allows you to resell FunnelForge. For example, you can resell FunnelForge for 650 euros, and as soon as you make a sale, you come here, buy the license, and resell it. This way, you do not have to buy licenses in advance. You sell first and then buy your licenses here. You can also sell the software on a monthly basis and come here as well. For example, if you sell the software for 77 euros per month, you can buy licenses at 29 and thus generate a profit. Next, you have the collection link. This is still very important here. If you are a funnel builder, for example, and you want to sell sales funnels, you can create a new link here. All right, you enter the client's name. For example, the number of generations can be set to 3 and expire in 30 days. Okay, you click create. I'm going to enter a name. Test created. There, your link has been created. You can copy this link and send it to someone, to your client, for example. If you sold a sales funnel for 1,000 euros, you can send the link to the client. The client will answer the questionnaire. And quite simply, here in submissions, you will have the person's funnel ready to be built. So this way, you'll be able to generate sales funnels very, very, very quickly. So the person responds, quickly, a questionnaire. That creates the sales funnel on your end. You can go retrieve it and sell it. So we've now gone through all the tabs. All right. Now, I think we need to go deeper into my funnels and really build a funnel from A to Z together. This is truly the most important phase, and it's also the best one for you. You'll be able to create a huge number of sales funnels, lead magnets, webinar funnels, appointment booking funnels, sales pages, and thank you pages. Really, you'll be able to take this all the way. So don't worry, you'll be able to launch a huge number of offers on the market. And in this way, you'll gain a significant advantage over your competition. On top of that, you'll also be able to resell sales funnels. That's actually something that works really well. They sell for between 1,000 and 2,500 euros a sales funnel. So as you can imagine, with the collection link, you're going to save a considerable amount of time. And even if you already sell sales funnels before, what did you do? You had a call with the person, you collected the information, you had to set everything up. Now with just a collection link, everything gets done. You save a huge amount of time. And on top of that, there are updates coming, so potentially people who sign up using your collection link over time, those people will also be able to have a dashboard to track the progress of their sales funnel and, for example, buy another sales funnel from you. Very, very important. This will help increase retention, your average order value, and your client's satisfaction. But already, what's in place is already huge. You see, this isn't just a small MVP or a little piece of software here. It's actually a piece of software that's already quite advanced. It's been under construction for 3 months. 3 months of coding around the clock. It's 24/7 work. So now look, we're going to be able to move forward and create a sales funnel together. So here, we're simply going to go into creating a sales funnel. And we're going to fill all of this out. So here you can create your sales funnel. You have a questionnaire with options for the type of sales funnel you want. Do you want a VSL funnel, webinar, e-commerce, SaaS, appointment booking? A thank you page. Here we want a lead magnet, so let's go. We'll stick with dog food. For dogs, so your brand name, you can call it dog seller. The product niche, these friendly dogs. Next we can choose signature packs. These are packs that are already created for you with predefined templates that you can of course modify later. And generate other sections for your funnels. But these are already pre-built packs. And you also have completely customizable packs, which can be fully modified, etc. You'll see. So what I recommend here is this. Take whatever suits you best. Even here, sometimes you can just click next. You don't select anything, okay? You click next. And here, you will receive a recommendation. Here, they recommend confidence, authority with blue, okay? I'll put it next to who your ideal client is. So I can tell you the people for individuals who are between 55 and 70 years old, specifically those people between 55 and 70 years old within this particular age bracket. Here, white teeth for dogs. Name of your product offer. Dog freeze. Dog freeze. Delivery within 24 hours. For example, profit. The mouth, see if he understands okay. Smell of the mouth, you put energetic, educational, luxurious, friendly. We're going to put the professionals here. The expert's name had said it, so it's dog seller. Since we are a shop here, specialist title, we will be able to put dog seller biography course. There will be some on the market. Confronto, tac tac. Afterwards, you answer, you don't have to use colons like I do and all that. You put whatever you want, in whatever way you want. You write it however you like. I'm doing it as if it were an offer, but we're actually working on a lead magnet, so normally you wouldn't answer this, okay? You wouldn't include it. I'm ordering now for a lead magnet. I want to receive it or something similar. A price is optional, so if you're offering a lead magnet and it's free, don't put a price. URL, okay. Guarantee, there is no guarantee, it's free. Video URL, you can add a video URL or do it later. All right, urgency, scarcity. So here, the lead magnet ID, since I still put in an offer, I'm going to set it at 47 euros. And here, you can add additional instructions for the AI, for example. To see that it works well, we can add the word clown. on the sales funnel, on the funnel. All right, generate my funnel. Then once you can generate your funnel, you simply click here. All right, check your API. Mine is properly connected. I'll show you how to do it afterwards. And here we go. So that's what's incredible. It's that you can generate a sales funnel in less than 5 minutes, as you just saw. Now it's loading, so it's going to take a little while to load. And the result is amazing. The result is surprising. There you go. It's already ready. I didn't even need to cut the video. Let's go. So here we are on Dog Seller. We did choose the blue color. Give your dog dazzling teeth in 24 hours. It's still incredible. That's what's really amazing. As you can see, you can change everything. Here, I can delete this. I can edit. I can edit here if I want to. I can even reorder my section however I want. All right? Okay, let's keep it as it's suggested. But I can change everything. I can add a link, okay, directly into the button. If you don't add a link to the button, what happens? Automatically, it will open the pop-up on system.io. So that's great. It allows you to save the data on system.io because, as you know, if you launch a sales funnel that isn't connected to system.io, you can't collect emails, you can't automate, you can't do any of that. So what's amazing with FunnelForge is that you have the power of system.io combined with AI thanks to FunnelForge. It's like an add-on that attaches to system.io. So here you can modify everything, all right, and your changes will be taken into account. For example, here, if you don't want the check marks, you can put something else. Okay, stars, for example. So here, this is a page. We've chosen the lead magnet, that's right. So lead magnets are short little pages. But if you choose a sales funnel, it will be much longer. Your sales page will be much longer. All right. Next, you can switch between your sections like this and add sections just like on system.io, for example. If you want to add video testimonials, you can add testimonials, videos in portrait or landscape, and choose the number of testimonials. All right, there you go. And if you notice any bugs, if you see any features you'd like to add, you just give feedback, you send in your suggestions or bugs, and simply put, it will be added and implemented extremely quickly. In any case, I have everything ready. If I want to add the legal notices, I just click and add my link. Perfect. Now, I can save it there. Either I copy the code and put it directly into system.io, but I especially recommend that you deploy it. All right. You will click on deploy, then you will click on open the system.io template, which will automatically download your template directly to your system.io account. Then you can refresh, okay? To confirm the status, here we refresh, it validates the status. We click on it. All right. Now that we have our page ready here, we can simply go ahead and edit the page. We will get our unique code by clicking continue and then carefully copy the code. Next, we'll go over here and click right here to enter your specific code. Once we click, we'll enter the code quite simply in full detail. We save the changes and you can see that our funnel has just appeared on the screen. All right. So with our effects and so on. Now we can save or preview the page. Click and we can see that the pop-up opens. However, the pop-up doesn't look good. It doesn't match the sales funnel. So what we're going to do is go back into the editor, go to our pop-up and click on our pop-up. Here we can see that we can also enter a code. Click here to enter your pop-up code. So we go back to FunnelForge, we copy the pop-up code that's right here. There we go, we come back here. And we can go ahead and simply paste our pop-up code right here and save. This will completely transform the look and feel of our pop-up. We can save the changes, apply them to the page, and then preview our funnel. And now when we click, our pop-up has the exact design and layout we were looking for. So of course you can modify it and so on. Just like on system.io, all you have to do is save and your funnel is ready. As you can see, it's incredible. You can exit here and now you have your sales funnel. You can keep editing it. If you want to, for example, change an image, you can do that. You just need to add an image link. I can show you how to create an image link. No problem, I'll show you that right away. You're simply going to create a funnel here that you'll name image. Okay, you can delete all the pages, delete the pages. There you go. Here you can add a step, name it image. And here you add an information page. Okay, start from scratch and save. Here you can edit on system.io. You know how to add an image, you just put an image here, and all you have to do is add your image, for example. There you go, that's my image, I'm going to save it. Right, we're simply going to open the funnel with the image, right click and copy the image address. And we can simply paste it into our sales funnel. And that way you can create lots of images. Here you can add another image. Here you add another image. Then you just have to look, you have all your images here. Simple and effective, you can do everything with System.io. And so, as you can see, once it's done, you have your sales funnel right here. So you can click on it and move forward. For example, for the first members who joined us, I told you that I had completely created the FunnelForge funnel on FunnelForge itself, and that's the truth. Probably the first members who joined me bought FunnelForge using this very sales funnel. Or maybe you are even in the process of buying FunnelForge right now, simply by watching this video. And you realize that yes, indeed, this is the actual sales funnel that he created. So you see, it works and it converts. Because that's also what's important, and what's also important is being able to simply play around with words. Alright, you can put whatever you want, but we can also go even further. Really, as you can see here, there's a little heart. You can just click on it. This will create the thank you page that is linked to your sales funnel that you just created. So I selected the correct thank you page. Page for Dog Free Stop. I'll be able to what? Join the community. Alright, let's go. We'll click next. What is the next concrete action? So click on the button to join the community. I don't know, maybe WhatsApp. Let's put WhatsApp. Product access URL, member area, or the WhatsApp group in this case. Well, actually, I'm not going to put it. Great. Next. Bonus. Do you want to add bonuses? It's optional. It's always a good idea. And then what other options are there? So it's by email. So that's if you want to send your bonus by email. Do you want to have a direct button or not? Because it depends on what you want. Regarding the thank you page, we're not going to put a call to action on a thank you page. If you don't want to add one, that's fine. So I'm going to put a button directly on this page only. Okay, for my button. WhatsApp. Well, here, I can go further and tell the AI personalize things. So for example, to have better copywriting or to add special things that come to mind. Then you have it generate my page. Okay, let's start the generation. Ah, yes, I keep getting this question. How much does it cost to generate sales funnels? It costs less than 1 cent to 1 cent. So with €5, you can generate hundreds of sales funnels. Basically, personally, I put in €5 and I did maybe 100, 150 tests. And I still haven't used up the €5, but I'll show you how to do that later, how you can put in $5 and then have unlimited access to the software after it's modified. Now great, I have my thank you page. That's awesome. There you go. As you can see, so there you go. Very impressive. The funnel is finally done. For example, here you can, I know they like to use green for validation. There you go. You put it in green. So then all you have to do is take the code and put it on the thank you page you received in your FunnelForge template, okay? You add this little code and your thank you page is ready in 30 seconds. Now, campaign, email. We want to create email campaigns for Doc Freeze, of course. So what we're going to do is take Doc Freeze here, select my funnel. I'm going to set it, so I want 3 emails for our example, and I'll set it to French, okay? And a tone, let's say friendly. Campaign name, Doc Freeze. Doc Freeze. Launch. Doc Freeze, launch. I can customize my instructions here, but we won't do that. We'll let the AI handle it. Generation in progress, which will allow me to launch my funnel pretty quickly in the end. You see, in just 1 day, you can do your launch. All right? Instead of paying €1,500 to a funnel builder or spending 2 weeks creating all of this yourself. So here I have my emails. Sequence strategy. The sequence starts with an introduction to the problem and the solution. So it gives me a little feedback. I can go here. Hi, first name. You can see that the email is written, so it can be copied directly into the system.io editor with the first name. And all the other variables are also in play. Of course, you've probably noticed your loyal companion's teeth. So you see, it follows the logic of the sales funnel. And that's exactly what we want. So it's great. Now, we can go even further for resellers. So I'll make special videos just for you, the resellers. But really, take the time to go into feedback and leave your comments, whether they're positive or otherwise. But say if it's too complicated, say if we can add things, because as it is, it's pretty simple. So we can add elements and we'll listen to your feedback. For resellers, it's very important to know about the collection link. So you create a link, all right? Once the person has access to this link, so when you send them the link, they'll simply receive this contact information form. So here we can put test. That way I'm testing it with you. Video test. We'll put the rebase here. For example, we click next. Okay, so now the person will fill it out. Their test. All right, well, their test, they'll fill out the questionnaire you sent them. So if you're a funnel builder or you want to create a sales funnel with partners, you just send them the link. All they have to do is fill all that out. There you go. Lead maniet. Test. Test, for example, with the price set at 17 euros with a 30-day guarantee. It doesn't matter, it's just an up test anyway. Depending specifically on the name you choose and the short biography you provide, you can actually make a selection, well, the person involved, since you won't be the one physically doing it, but that person can choose the style. For example, if I decide that I want something very energetic, high energy, then we will definitely go with the colorful energy option. Right here in this section, we can simply put in some placeholder text like test, test, and more test. The person can choose their font, but they can also simply leave it blank and let the AI choose. Send. Thank you. Your information has been sent successfully. You will be contacted soon. So now we're going straight back to our FunnelForge dashboard. We can see that the collection link here has been used once, which is what we wanted. We'll go to submissions. Video test is right here in submissions. All right, you click on it under pending and you can see everything the person entered. This allows you to get information about this person and possibly improve the funnel if needed in the FunnelForge editor. But above all, you can create a funnel from this submission and everything will be pre-filled. Here you can look at her funnel. For example, you saw that she preferred orange, a vibrant color. Feel free to choose the color orange or go with a free pack and let the design happen. All right. You can also choose the free pack. All right. Or you can choose nothing. You click next and let it read. And then you start the generation and that's it. So this is really the software of the moment that does everything. PT on System.io. System.io is one of the cheapest software programs on the market. All that was missing was the generation of sales funnels, but especially with good copywriting and good rules. CRO, good methods for section alignment. It is very important to know the job of funnel builder in order to understand how a particular type of tunnel works. A webinar funnel is not the same as a sales funnel or a lead magnet. They're completely different. So I hope you'll enjoy using the software. If you have any questions at all, don't forget to go to feedback. This is where I can answer all your questions, or a member of the team will quickly respond to your inquiries. Then we collect all the feedback to further develop the software. To connect your API key, it's very simple. You just need to go, as shown in the documentation, directly to the OpenAI website. So you take the link here, platform.openai.com. Once you're on this platform, you can log in directly with your Google account, for example. And once that's done, you can go to a pick. Here you can simply create a new key. You click on new key, give it a name, for example, API key for FunnelForge. You then create the secret key. Alright, this key will be generated and you'll be able to copy the key. You'll take the key that starts with SK, copy this key and paste it directly into the settings. Here in API key. You copy and paste your API key and save. Once that's done, you just need to go back directly to the OpenAI platform. You can see here that since I've been using the software and I must have generated at least 100 to 150 sales funnels, I've only used $1.95, and I've also generated a lot of emails. We can create emails that communicate directly with our sales funnel. I've created a lot of them and it really doesn't cost much at all. You can see it. It's 1 cent or even less than a cent per funnel. Next, you can do this here. Add credit. So you'll be able to add credits, okay? And quite simply, I recommend putting in $5. That will be more than enough. Once that's done, once you have your $5, you'll be able to go back to FunnelForge and start creating your sales funnels, launching campaigns, emails, or even generating sales funnels for your clients. Right here. Another important thing before we move on. In the settings, you can also see tutorials and launch tutorials that give you some interactive guides showing you around your entire workspace, which helps you save time. And if you have any questions before contacting support, you can also start a tutorial. The tutorial will start and explain the elements of the page to you, showing what each of your tabs corresponds to.